famolem, una good afternoon, una kushe, una kabo kabo, mina Asan Kanum from the Youth Council, that means the Western area over District Council, representing young people in the district. And in as much as we don't go through, again, brother Nayaso, we instead getting other organization. Yes, brother, you.
Hello viewers, Mina Abdul Karim Mara, Mina is founder and executive director for Eicsedap. Where Eicsedap actually in an organization we comprise of young people, and we there for building the capacity of young people and women, especially young girls. And we also focus on environmental issues. So over the last 2 years, we don't involve at the Western Area Rural District Council together with the Youth Council, my brother here, and team. We don't restore and do some environmental problem solving in the community. So we don't plant trees, and we not only plant those trees, so but we don't make sure those trees are digitally planted and tracked. And we have a community-based model wherein we deal with the communities, and we make sure we establish a growing model. So we don't only plant the trees, but we make sure those trees are being planted, then we are growing them digitally. And we have a system, a digital system, where those trees, we track them every month. We have a mobile application called the Tree Tracker. We use the Tree Tracker and also track these trees. And we don't create green jobs for young people and also the community themselves.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Abdul from Eicsedap. And actually, we are Youth Council. We say they operate in the same catchment area, catchment C7C. We are happy to say we target the Sugar Loaf community. We target Leicester. We target the Guma axis. They will also target Grafton and Batos area. So you see, and this now the area this we are happy to say the entire catchment 7C a cover. So in as much as waiting my brother don't talk, and I believe for say that the exact thing we all do as a group and as an organization, so that we go see. So waiting at the challenges that you feel say we try for curtail na that particular community there. We na Regent community who the bodies so many disasters the way they go on. What if you see we try for let we mitigate? What I mean mitigate, we try for reduce well not happen again, Mr. Abdul.
Well, thank you. So the broader concept we look at now for tackle climate and these problems and these communities or then communities there also they operate basically.
Okay.
We in the Western rural communities around the grafting. Of course, we all can remember way back in August 14. We encounter a disaster where the mudslide will take place around the mountain area. So those then incident they happen as a result of we activities and what we do,
Okay.
and then communities there, and that is what we call as a climate induced problems.
Okay.
So the reason why we come back to the communities and plant trees, we are one way for reducing them because human activities actually they lead we back for where we encounter them problem there. For example, if we cut trees, we have deforestations,
Okay.
and we did stone mining, and so then human settlement activities there for livelihood.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we get a bad impact where we lost life, and at the end of the day, we lost properties, and so as a community or as young people, with responsibility enough for law, we come back and then communities there and tell them, hey, this what we now they do or this what we do as a community, we need to go back. And also look at the heat where it did, you remember the time they will be small and compared to now. You find out say where then trees and being big and long, they provide with shades. But because of the activities, we don't cut down all them trees, so we get now excessive heat. And this it final say some people not able to sleep because of the heat there, and it cause. And what about the water when we get in communities there because of the activities? So when trees already cut down, then water there don't dry. We don't even get drinking water again or safe drinking water.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is not the reason we make like we come back now the community and plan. And last year, I mean within the last 2 years, we don't as an organization, as a youth organization, we don't are fortunate for restore about 77 hectares. So just imagine,
Okay.
you know, because those canopies in
Okay.
a way it be done lost. I mean, according to the statistics, about 12%, you know, vegetation cover every year. That is 555, you know, trees will be the loss.
Wow.
You know, every year. So there is a need for that we can back our communities there and do a gradual, you know, process replacement, and that actually make as a young people, you know, return back to community. And we also know that do plant the trees, but we get an adaptation model where we teach the community how best, you know, them for able to respond to them climate issues there, you know, small, we call gradually. So
Okay.
thinking.
Okay. You talk about climate business. Because some of them things are so on your own area, we na Regent Catchment C7C. We plant last year. We been plant 10,400 seedlings in that particular area there. Then also we plant something like this year we plant 7,000 and 75 seedlings na the same area, you understand. Then when you look at these two areas where youth council and Eicsedap dem plant inside catchment, so, C7C, so C7, you understand. Who are the people who call the ambassadors them? We happy to say go look after them seedlings there so that they go big until people are not disturb them. What you get for talk about the usefulness of the ambassadors there so we before say then they into this planting process.
So basically, the people we call ambassadors,
Yeah.
these now people who then go through a process for let them become an ambassador, and they're not only not an ambassador we call them, but we call them the community climate action ambassadors.
Okay.
And then people there, we don't train them, we don't give them all necessary climate skills, and then they are the community for respond, and we don't teach them what are some of them long-term impact there, and if they see climate induced problem, how it starts, you know, at which peak way go reach way, then we able feel and the community system will feel them.
Okay.
And even if it happen or even if people in the do them, then people there, for example, as an organizations, yes, then communities there and they will operate, but then people there with them didn't know the community and then say will take responsibility on them. So we train them all environmental issues, all climate issues. So then people there we call the community climate action ambassadors. Then they report on climate issues, then they stop climate issues, then they sensitize the community on we behalf. So waiting happen na motome for may not happen again.
Okay.
Other hazard problems and they also will then they respond to.
Okay, thank you. One more, the last one, Fambulen. We just brainstorm again on what we call adaptation plan. How people are going to change their mindset from the 10 year old massive cutting of forests. You know, deforestation in different dimension. We dey cut them, we dey mine, that mean we dey dig the ground, you know, sand mining, wood logging, we dey burn stone, it dey happen at this Regent axis. So actually how you feel say people dem go adapt to this trees away youth council and Eicsedap don plant in other areas there. We before say dem go change the mindset towards everything. Mr. Abdul, what you got for say on that?
Yeah, so the adaptation model or the concept is so the adaptation concepts they look at how community will able to adapt.
Okay.
So we don't plant trees, we don't talk to them where we in the form of sensitizations, we don't even involve them in the tree planting process. We don't create a green job for the community and young people. But we see I'm saying that they not enough. Except we bring a model where we go able to make sure say the community safe, then not say yeah, okay, with this now we they create the problems, and this problem now inside we community, and this problem now we it affects either directly or indirectly. So the adaptation plan they look at how we go live as a community, what we need for do, which problems and we feel say activities that we do where they lead we to disaster or hazard problem, and how we go able to solve them inside the community. Because as a community we need for like solve we own climate problems instead of area. Because if we don't able for like attend to we own climate issues, we're able to solve them as a community that would adapt instead of, for example, mudslide no need for happen, then I run away from that community I go other side. But the adaptation concept they tell you say now inside this community, like now here you day, and inside this community we for like the skills, we forget the necessary skills for tackle the climate induced problems. When we don't get the skill, we don't build with resilience, that we don't adapt. We no need for common at the community anymore, because there is a resilience as a community, so we don't build an adaptation. It has a process, and those process we don't train the communities and we don't develop the adaptation model. We don't leave another communities there. So it's just like let them work with them, and we believe say since last year over the 2 years, then they open work with them, and we don't see a massive changes and change of attitudes, change in mentality, community. We said that we don't see say an impact. We don't make a lot of impact, and also like we know say like normally we don't get a series of planting models, but like this model is different because it got an impact token, wherein this community based growers where then track the trees at the end of the day, you get what we call incentives. This incentive we do on through mobile money, mobile data money.
Mobile data.
Yes. So at the end of the day, we make a partnership with like first we'll be there with Orange, then from Orange we'll make another partnership to AfriCell. So for now we are dealing with AfriCell. So those growers, their incentives are being paid directly, through AfriCell money. So that is why we call the system a digital system, because those trees, we then plants, or with the plants, we then track them. At the end of the day, then they get an impact token, or in the form of incentives, and the incentives they come to them in the form of, through those mobile companies. They receive another money, and at the end of the day, so that will encourage community people, and that will encourage the young people for let them change their attitude towards climate in this or climate problems. As we said, we've been there, so for now we move about 1 or 2 steps and come back for get a mitigation measures.
Okay, thank you very much, viewers. Mina Asan Kanu, Mina the project officer for Western Area Rural District Council, who they operate na Regent, we they na Catchment C7C, and
we they operate na Catchment 7A and B, and that is Allentown, part of Allentown, Grafton, the entire Grafton community, and also Joy and part of Regent, and also Leicester, Gloucester. So basically now we are operational area around it, and that we divide, and according to the project model, a part of the C7A and C7B.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers. God bless you now as we continue with this sensitization, and we are going to know more about climate change, deforestation, and all other things we surround the environment. God bless you now all.
Thank you very much. Thanks.